Hello and welcome to the Dutching channel. It's Saturday the 13th of April 2024, just gone 9 o'clock in the morning, and we have an early meeting today from Chelmsford that's going to kick off at 10 o'clock, so I am going to start with that meeting. The other ones we've got are Aintree, Chepstow, Newcastle, Wolverhampton and Yarmouth, so this is why I'm a bit late, because of all the form that I've had to sit in. Around 9 hours it took me to do all that, so it's worth it in the end, hopefully. So we're going to look at the Cheltenham card. We're going to look at the Chelmsford card. That's because I've got Aintree on my mind, I think. Now, the system has changed slightly. So if you haven't watched one of these videos before, I'm just going to show you the first race of each meeting, and then it will be up to you to work the rest out. But this system is pretty easy. It's still based on how we did it, but it's not so much Dutching. It's just betting all the horses in the race that are value. All right, so I'm going to go through the 10:30. That's our first betting race of the day, and as I say, that is at Chelmsford. Let's just make sure. Well, let's get off the results first and put it into race card, and let's see whether they're all running, because I haven't had time to look at that either. So we'll just open this up first. Right, there is two non-runners here leaving 13. I'm not sure if they were. Oh, they're here somewhere. Right, Orange Martini and Yo Yamal. And Orange Martini is down the bottom, and O Yamal was my sixth selection. And it's important to get rid of these, because I have something in column Z called My SP, and you need that to be correct. So if you just see what I did there and delete 2, it will change the prices. Right, so this column here, this is what I think each horse should be in the race. But never say to me, oh, the favourite's odds on, have you got 12 to 1? This is just the way I do it. This is nothing to do with industry SPs. So we're just going to go back into Matchbook, and I'm going to show you how we pick our selections. You can see at the bottom there those two non-runners. So we're going to start with Marion's Boy. Marion's Boy is currently 5.8, so it's pretty much the same as we were doing it for now. Now you'll see that 5.8 is a lot less than what I think it should be, of 9.5. In other words, for it to be a bet, this column has to be bigger than this column. All right, so column AB has to be higher than what Z is, because I'm expecting that to be 9.5, and it's a lot lower. So first thing we do, that's going to be a no bet. But of course, when you get 5 or 10 minutes from the race, these prices can drift all the way out, and it could be a bet. But at the moment, with the prices we're going to forecast it on, it isn't. Then we look at Urban Road. Urban Road is 8.4. Now I've got Urban Road a little way down here, and as you can see again, 17.36. That's what I'm looking for. It's half of that. That's no good to me. So again, that one is a no bet. Ortard Prince, 7.4. Now this is my top selection, but I'm not doing top selections anymore. I'm not doing naps anymore. This is going to be just how you're going to need to bet. I've won about, I think it's near on £370 in the last 2 days. It's the similar way that I'm doing it. I'm using all the form exactly the same. It's just I'm just using an old part of the system that I've done before. You can do lay bets with this, you can do the top selection bets, you can do that Dutching one where you go down to halfway. But this is perhaps lower stakes, and you're not putting a lot of money on these odds-on pots that you don't really want to bet on. So anyway, my SP 575 and Betfair 740. So I think this is a bet because the Betfair SP is bigger than what I've got. And you can see the staking plan is exactly the same. £13.51 will return you £100. There won't be none of these in here where you say, I'm only going to put £5 on that last selection and it's only going to bring £20 back. That's gone. Every one that you back, if one of those wins, it will be a return of £100. So let's go in again. Oriental Art 8.2. And that is currently at 11.94 with me. So again, no bet. And you'll see there'll be a lot of these. Malacan, that's trading at 9.8. That's my second in. And I make that 9.12, so 9.8 is higher. So that becomes a bet at £10.20 to return £100. But what you'll find, you will lose more races doing it this way because you're not going to have them short price favourites. They're not going to win for you. And now we've got Pink Lily at 13. Pink Lily is my third selection. I've got 9.31 and it's 13. It's as easy as that. There's nothing else to calculate, just if you want to do different stakes. And that £7.69 would return me £100. So you can see in this race, it's pretty similar to the other system because already I'm still back in my first three. Won't always. And then we've got Manila Mist at 19.5. And Manila Mist, I've got a way down there. But I think that should be 20. So even though at the moment that's a no bet, you need to keep your eyes out on that. Or if you know how to use the exchanges, you'll put the price on the other side and see if anybody will give you a bit higher than that. And then suddenly that becomes a bet. But in this case, I'm only using the prices for an example to show you. So that would not be a bet. Then we've got 3 Yorkshiremen. 3 Yorkshiremen, that's currently trading at 19.5. And that is a pretty much example of what I just used on the last one. It's only 20.34. You'll most probably get that price. But just for information here, I'm going to say that we're not betting it. But you can see now it's drifted to 20. So even then, 20 is just underneath. You know, you could say to yourself, I'll back it anyway. But if you keep doing that, you'll go under. Right, Kingwell is our next one at 28. And I've got it at 27. So you can see that it's just a little bit better. So we would have £3.57 to return £100. Then we've got Breakpoint. Breakpoint is 42. And Breakpoint is my outsider. But at 42, I've got 33. So again, it's bigger. 2.38. And I know we can sit here and say, well, do we really need to do the outsiders? But if you look back to Aintree yesterday in the last race, there was a winner there that I had at 75 that won at 94.3. So again, that was a return of £100. And that you can easily say, oh, I'm not going to bother those outsiders. But trust me, you only need one. Right, the next horse we're going to do is Barbosa. Or Barbarossa, actually, Barbarossa. And that is currently trading at 55. And I know the prices are moving as we speak behind me, but I can only do one at a time, so that's all we can do. So £12.98 I've got as my SP, so 55 is good value. £1.82 would return £100. And then we've got Eclil, and Eclil is 17.5, and I've got this one at 18.91. So at the moment that's under, so that would not be a bet. And now we're going to go to the last one, and this will be Lost in Time. This is also 17.5, and I've given it 14.87, so it is larger there, so it's value. Now you can see at the bottom here, I've laid out £44.89 to return £100, and we've got 7 running for us. All of those will return 100. There's no part wins or anything like that. And we've still given the top 3 for this race in this system that I would have given in the other one. All right, so that's £44.89. I'm not going to run through all the rest like that, otherwise we'll be here all day doing it. So I'm just going to give you the runners, my SPs. You can put your SP next to it. So it's pretty easy. If you're on the exchange this afternoon, you may, depending on how many runners, think to yourself, I'll have a quick look at the prices. But you don't need to do it as slow as I'm doing it. You know, you can just run through it. Just by looking straight away, you can go, let me have a quick look at that favourite there. And you go, top selection, as Wild Prince. Oh, he's got that at 575, that's 740. Put 740 in, you can back it. Then you haven't got to worry about that horse anymore. The only ones you have to worry about are ones like I showed you, where the prices are close to each other. Because they could just slip over that price. I mean, as we said, 3 Yorkshiremen 20, then we've got Manila missed at 19. These are very, very close of going over that, so you need to keep an eye out for those two. But that's how it's done. It's a lot easier than the other system was. I appreciate that. But this is making money, and this is the way I'm going to bet today. So when you watch the results show tonight, you will be able to see in there whether we won or lost and how unlucky we were, and you know, all that I add in. So we'll go into the second race at Chelmsford, or our second race, our second betting race, which is the 11:30. So I'm not going to sort of sit here and read all the selections out. It depends if you want to do, well, I'm just going to do your top selection. Then you can see what that is from there. But I'm trying to now go down a road where we can consistently win, which we did in March with the other system. I appreciate that. But there was a lot that I lost there on these short price favourites. So I still think this could profit more for less stake. So we'll go for, as you can see there, the top selection, Cephalus, then Billy Mill and Benevente. But I don't need to read them out to you like that anymore. All you've got to do is column Z. You've got the prices there for you. Just make sure you bet every horse that's over. Don't leave any out or say you didn't have time, because there's plenty of time. I'm doing it now. Well, you can see the time in the corner. It won't be this when I post it, but it's already 9:17. This doesn't kick off for over another 2 hours, so there's always plenty of time to do it. Now we're moving to the next race at Chelmsford. Merry Jig is my top selection, and you can see that I've got that down as 13-8 or 2.64. So the chances are, if that's bigger than that, then you'll be back in that. But then you would obviously not be backing as many down here. The stakes are, on an average, are most probably around £35 on average, because some of them you saw that, well, I don't know if you watched the results show, but some of them last night I was laying out £6, £15, £20. but the average I think is more 35. But we'll do that as we go along. We'll see what the averages are. It's no good after 2 days. We need at least maybe 100 races just to look back. So that's your 12 o'clock. Then we'll move into the 12:30 at Chelmsford. And my top selection here is Bura at 4.37. But this is only going to be matched or backed, or whatever word you want to use, if the Betfair price or Matchbook or Smarkets, whoever you use, is going to be bigger than that. As I said, if you want to use the high street bookmakers, you can, but you'll be backing less horses because the high street bookmakers have already taken roughly 10% out of the market. So you will still be able to use your bookmaker with the system, but you'll be doing less horses, so effectively less chances. So that is your 12:30 at Chelmsford, and their last race, or our last race as well, the 105. We've given Powdering as our top selection, but you can see here I've made it a very open race of 15 to 2, 8.63 the field, 15 runners. And of course, the Grand National is going to be lower than that, and that's 34 runners. So that is your Chelmsford card. What I'm going to show you as well, just in case you come onto here and think, oh, I don't want to watch this and whatever. I have looked at the Aintree race, and again, I'm not going to do all 34, but you've got the prices here. This is if you wanted to do the old system of £100 and laying out 50. On the 10th one, ain't that a shame, you would draw your money back, and then the other 9 you've got running for you would be Meeting of the Waters, Nassalam, Mile Mission, Korat Rambler, Cocoa Beach, Limerick Race, Panda Boy, Mr. Incredible, and Capodano. So you have got some nice selections in there if you wanted to take even money or your money back with Ain't That a Shame. So that is your Grand National at the end. So I hope everybody has a good day and finds loads of winners. And we'll be back in the results show this evening. Thanks for watching.